And speaking of Ontario, actually, I sent this headline to you guys right before we came on, but the headline through Canadian Mortgage Trends. It's my go-to for TOREP. It says a record number of Ontarians are leaving the province. Where are they all going? That's our question too. It says leave Ontario has been the traditional advice for prospective homebuyers frustrated by the province's unaffordable housing market. In 2021 alone, nearly 108,000 Ontarians took the well-worn nugget to heart, a number not seen since the early 1980s. That's a great sentence. Ontario took the well-worn nugget to heart. The outflow continued into the second quarter of this year when an additional 49,000 residents packed their bags and relocated to another province, according to recently released data. That resulted in the province seeing its highest quarterly net loss to interprovincial migration since 1971. I'm actually kind of surprised to hear this. Where did they all go? According to Stats Canada, estimates of interprovincial migration from Ontario, roughly a quarter moved to Alberta, another quarter shipped out to the Maritimes and Newfoundland and Labrador, with Nova Scotia earning the lion's share of new arrivals. I don't know who this author is, but they're loving their cliches here, their creative sentence structures. Quebec, for the first time in its history, took in more Ontarians than it exported Quebecers to Ontario. And British Columbia welcomed its largest number of Ontario arrivals since the early 1990s.
Wow.
At the same time, a Scotiabank report notes that Ontario welcomed 198,500 newcomers from outside Canada, a record not seen since at least 1946. Nonetheless, real estate agents in the Maritimes and Alberta are noticing the effects of interprovincial migration. So a lot of people leaving, more coming in from a lot of, Ontarians leaving and then international immigration coming to Ontario. So seems like the difference 50,000 still coming to Ontario. So we're losing 108 locals, and
I think it's going to grow. I think that's going to happen more. I think there's going to be more and I mean even more locals leaving the country. And more.
I guess that's how the country repopulates. Like everyone goes to the dense cities, and then the people in the dense cities don't want to be there anymore. They go out to the outskirts, and that creates markets there. So
their value goes up, right? Like they've been there maybe in that city for 20, 30 years. Value of their home goes up. They cash out, move to a province where it's, lesser cost of living and retire or downgrade. But yeah, it's certainly an ongoing thing.
So Ontario mortgage agents, new to Canada programs, learn them, know them. There's going to be more and more of that in the coming years for sure.
I've got some other stats here. There's actually some RE/MAX stats about price values across Canada. They're saying they're going to see an average decrease of 2.2% this fall, minus 3% in Vancouver, minus 6.3% in Toronto, minus 8% in Winnipeg, plus 3% in Calgary. And of course, RE/MAX conveniently left Ottawa out of that study. That's fine. We don't need them. We've got TOREP, although I don't have a number for that right now. I predict. What do you guys predict? I know we're predicting up for the year. What do you predict in the next 3 months? A zero?
Now till New Year's?
I'd say even.
Now from now till New Year's?
Yeah.
I'm going to say up a couple points.
Okay, so maybe.
What's the average home price right now? Let's
average home price nationally is I don't have that number here. I have what they're predicting nationally over the next year is 4.7%, 720,000.
So they're predicting an increase of 4.7
by year's end, like for the whole year. I think Ottawa's around high six, like 697 or
something
like right now, or something around there.
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere. But
I think we're going to see that.
The new board stats will be out next week. Well, we'll be out for the next show, so that should be pretty. It'll be good to see.
So our ace
there we go. 637. The average home price in Canada for August 22 is up 1%
from last month.
On a monthly basis for 5 months. Okay.
I'm gonna stick with my guns here. I think we're still going to see. I think we're going to see a very busy fall. Like friggin' mind blowing. It's starting October 3rd. I'm like looking at the date, and I'm like, what? It's not October. Yes, it is. It's October 4th, I guess, when this comes out. So I would say I'm gonna go with David. I think probably we're probably going to see between now and New Year's. I'll say another 1 or 2% increase. I think we are going to see a lot of sales, like you said, Greg. I think we're going to see a busy fall, probably right up until the first week of December. And then from there on out, I think it'll plateau. So I think in the next month and a half, we'll see some decent decent
think
sales.
so too. Another interesting stat that I have here is that CREA put out that we're down 20% this year in terms of total homes traded across Canada. 20% down since 2021.
And prices are consistent though.
Yeah. Prices are it's just the number of transactions. Prices are still up. Sales, and they're predicting another sales drop of 2.3% in 2023 across Canada. So that's,
I mean, there is that, there's also the foreign buyer tax that's come into play that I'm sure is affecting that number of transactions as well. The 20% across the board, where it used to just be in the GTA, it's, all of Ontario, where that certainly affects international buyers. But yeah, I think October 26th is the next Bank of Canada rate announcement. I think it'll be interesting to see what over the next 3 weeks, what the sales volume's like leading into that. And then, what the bank, how much the Bank of Canada, makes any increase and what that kind of has as a ripple effect. But for those of you buying or shopping right now, October 26th is the bank announcement. So if you're looking at locking in a static variable payment, close over the next few weeks.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe because we'd really like that.